If you look at the Halifax skyline right now, you'd probably think that the housing crisis is solved. In 2025, Halifax saw nearly 7,300 new housing starts, and that is a massive number. But here's the catch. If you are a first-time homebuyer or a family looking for a starter home, almost none of these units were actually built for you, and it gets more urgent. For months, there have been echoes whispering through the Halifax shipyard and the local economy about massive new defense projects. Well, last week, those whispers actually became reality, and a recent news clip featuring Mayor Andy Fillmore just exposed a massive structural blind spot in our city's development. We are building homes, but we are completely abandoning the missing middle. Today, we're going to look at the numbers and break down this missing middle housing that we are talking about, as well as how this new defense contract could have some implications on an already struggling housing market. Up next on Halifax Home Guide. In a recent interview, Mayor Andy Fillmore laid out the reality. Of those thousands of new homes being built, almost all of them are high-rises and multi-unit buildings. The city is just not permitting enough 2, 3, and 4-story buildings. Now, we're talking about 8 to 12 unit apartment buildings that use much cheaper construction techniques. And when construction is cheaper, rents and home prices could actually drop. The Canadian Home Builders Association also pointed out the other half of the problem. Land on the Halifax Peninsula is incredibly scarce. To build these medium-density homes, we have to redevelop existing lots, which gets bogged down by zoning rules and red tape. So you may be wondering, what exactly is this missing middle that we're talking about? Well, think of housing like a spectrum. On one side, you have the classic single-family home, complete with a front yard and a driveway. And on the other side, you have a massive 20-story concrete building filled with multiple units. And the missing middle is just anything that naturally fits in between. Duplexes, townhouses, row houses, and low-rise apartment buildings or condos. These are the homes that give you the ground level access and a neighborhood feel. But most importantly, it makes density a little more affordable. For decades now, many North American cities basically made it illegal to build this type of housing through strict zoning bylaws. So let's talk about the affordability gap. Based on recent MLS data in May 2026, in the Halifax region, the median price for a new construction home is just pushing past $726,000. Meanwhile, the median price for a resale home is about $597,000. And right now, that $130,000 gap is the difference between getting your mortgage approved or moving an hour outside of the city. And right now, fewer than 1 in 12 new construction home buyers are purchasing under $600,000. Builders are heavily leaning into homes that are about 2,000 square feet or more because they are likely to generate a profit. Unless the city steps in to aggressively encourage more dense housing, like townhomes and duplexes, it's almost like we're just playing a game of real estate musical chairs. Now, taking all that into consideration, there was some massive news that dropped here just last week that could be even more problematic for our housing market. Prime Minister Mark Carney announced the largest military procurement project in Canadian history. Canada has officially selected the German builder TKMS to construct up to 12 state-of-the-art submarines. Over its lifetime, this project is expected to generate a staggering $100 billion into the economy. Now, this is a massive economic victory for Nova Scotia, as it is expected that this will generate about 100,000 jobs, with a massive chunk of them landing right in Halifax. This will bring decades of non-stop work, demanding an immediate influx of thousands of skilled workers, specialized shipbuilders, tradespeople, and engineers. So where are these thousands of workers coming in supposed to live? They aren't going to be looking at buying a $700,000 executive home on day one, and they shouldn't be forced to bid against locals for an overpriced 500 square foot downtown bachelor apartment. This influx of working class professionals and tradespeople is the exact demographic that relies on this missing middle. Right now, the city is stuck in a bit of administrative loop, just trying to figure out the design for Halifax's missing middle. And while they continue to tinker with things like setbacks and roof pitches, a generation-defining industrial boom is barreling straight towards us. The Submarine project is an amazing opportunity that will secure our local economy for the next 30 to 50 years. But it's also the ultimate stress test for City Hall. If they don't solve this missing middle puzzle soon, this job boom might just turn into a nightmare for everyday locals. So do you think that Halifax can adopt its zoning quick enough to house this new massive workforce? Or is this going to already add to the existing housing crisis and potentially drive prices higher? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more local updates. Thanks for watching.